welcome back to Mooney Mayhem. I'm Awestruck Vlogs, and Star Season 4 continues with Yada Yada Berries and Down by the River. Both of these episodes were fantastic, both doing a great job at exploring how Eclipsa's rule has affected Muni, likely for the worse. And things are going to get a lot worse before it gets better. Now, of course, spoiler warning if you haven't seen these episodes. After all, you don't wanna... Huh? Oh, sorry, I got sucked into this game again. What game, you may ask? Well, if you're giving me the floor, it's today's fantastic sponsor, Hustle Castle. Hustle Castle is insanely addicting and a ton of fun. The ultimate goal is to grow your castle, and you do that by duking it out with enemy territories, and using the prizes you claim from battle to upgrade your castle. Something I love about this game is how in-depth it goes with the different groups in the castle. You got barracks, treasurers, and my favorite, alchemists. Now, it's crucial you beef up their weapons and skills if you want to thrive in battle. There's strategy behind it to ensure you come out on top. Not to mention you can dress them up. Now, you guys know we at the Roundtable absolutely love a rich story, and Hustle Castle has one you can really get invested in. I don't want to spoil anything, but you face off against many adversaries ranging from orcs to dragons. There's a great level of detail that goes into every aspect of the game, from the castle itself to the equipment. A really great blend of 2D and 3D. Of course, as a cartoon-oriented channel, I admire the Family Guy-esque art style. Now you can find my clan under Roundtable Vids to join and play with me. Download Hustle Castle via my links below. Enter your nickname and get a special bonus for new players. 250 diamonds and 3,500 gold. It's not an opportunity you should pass up. This game is great, and I'm more than happy to introduce you guys to it. Alright, let's start with Yada Yada Berries. We get our first glimpse at Eclipsa directly trying to ease relations between monsters and humans by throwing a monster breakfast, though it has very low attendance. Manfred is very irritated by the idea of Eclipsa treating monsters on the same level as humans, wanting them to eat off proper china and not dog bones. When Manfred himself gets turned to stone by sampling some of Eclipsa's meal. Turns out, he's been turned to stone by Yada Yada Berries. And Glossric once again showcases his beyond human abilities by frequently surpassing the Yada Yada Berry stone-inducing properties. We got a Yada mystery on our hands. Actually, Marco says this line. Looks like we got a real mystery on our hands, which of course anyone would recognize from Scooby-Doo, where Fred Jones has stated this line many times. Also, Marco bribes Sherry with $650. Gotta keep that gag going. When Star investigates who would put a hit out on Eclipsa, we encounter Rasticore, who's very tiny and retains both of his eyes, as he did in Moon the Undaunted, as opposed to housing a gem in his left eye. Perhaps the gem eye and robotic arm was modifications given to him by Miss Heinous, or by another party, such as Cephas of Tarsus. Maybe Rasticore's arm and gem eye given to him a second time in school was after he visited Seth, who warned Rasticore this would be his last chance. And considering how things ended up for the lizard, he's now too embarrassed and afraid to show his face to Seth once more, though he does appear to still hold his job as a bounty hunter, judging by his statement of Babs not showing up for work today. However, if we're taking into account that he's washing dishes, maybe he got severely demoted until he returns to his original form. Maybe that's why he's lacking his gem and metal arm. It acts as some sort of promotion. It's important to note here that it seems Septarians take on different regenerations each time their body is decimated, possibly depending on the severity. Whereas before, Rasticore's body regenerated slowly, but into a fully matured state, here he's regenerating as if different body parts are going through different stages of development. Kinda like adolescence into adulthood. This could factor into other Septarians such as Toffee. After all, he was reduced to an eye instead of an arm. Maybe he's off somewhere regenerating, but he can still be in a state of an itty-bitty child. And that's not all too menacing for a dramatic return. After Star thrashes the home of Reuben the Chameleon, it's made devastatingly clear that Eclipsa may be in a very unideal angle, where both monsters and humans aren't too fond of her for one reason or another. Star confronts Sherry once more, and that leads to the businesswoman drinking a full cup of Yada Yada berry juice, turning into stone as she begins to say, "Eclipsa can kiss my
demonetization."
This is a nod to the cliche found in a lot of media, mainly thrillers, where a lead will commit suicide in one way or another to prevent the protagonist from finding a break in the case. Yikes, that's kinda dark. Now this episode ends on a somber note. Star unable to solve who tried to turn Eclipsa into stone, as the Queen of Darkness sets all the suspects free. Eclipsa accepts that the people she's supposed to lead into greatness despise her, but things can't change unless she earns their trust, which she takes the first step by liberating the humans from Star's imprisonment. This still ends on a pretty open-ended question. Who tried taking out Eclipsa? And I think we saw the culprit in this episode, but I'm going to save that for a separate theory video. So be sure to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you know when we release that video. But that being said, let's move on to Down by the River. As we follow a human family relegated to the background of many episodes, we learn their home has been reclaimed by the monster from Marco and the King and Divide. Hey, buddy! At first, I thought we were just following a very tiny family and I was confused. This episode's premise allows us to see more of the consequences and effects that Eclipsa's position as queen has on the kingdom. How monsters are starting to have a better life, but it brings down the humans, losing their homes, losing their resources, such as food at the market, losing everything. There's no balance between the two parties, only bias. Also, if we go by the date of Eclipsa's decree, this episode takes place in the 1753rd year of Great Bounty. Muni definitely records time differently than Earth. Although if we want to factor in Caboose dimension, it's also very much possible that time just passes differently between the two dimensions. The Maisleys' journey leads them to encountering Moon and River, who have built their yurt that River mentioned at the end of Moon Remembers. Moon seems to be trying to engage with nature and seek enjoyment in just doing nothing, but honestly, I do think this will lead Moon to realizing she can't just do nothing, she can't take a vacation. She'll realize she has a desire to be queen, a quest to reclaim the throne, which may do more harm than good between her and Eclipsa. Moon and River's peace and quiet frequently being disrupted by the Maisleys leads Moon to resort to desperate, dangerous measures. The fact she whipped up a strawberry death pie is not just a nod to her time as a pie folk, but her mother, Comet Butterfly, who made her mark on Muni not just for being the closest to achieve peace between monsters, but her exquisite pies. Moon resorting to a pie as a method of attack was seemingly almost instinctual.
Oh, these aren't homemade, they were made in a factory. A bomb factory. They're bombs.
We also see a return of Muni's alligators, to which Moon references she can communicate in their language. We first saw this in the Season 3 premiere, Return to Muni, when Moon spoke to an alligator in order to create a path towards the magic sanctuary, something Star attempted to do and conquer. Moon and River's desperation to get rid of their new neighbors quickly transforms into them realizing how different Muni is becoming without Moon's leadership. Shortly after they began to help the Maisleys survive on their own, grow their own resources, and cook their own food, this episode ends on a hopeful note, accumulating into another family stumbling upon Moon. Now this actually takes me to a theory I'll present here. We're not just seeing a slice of life episode on Muni that revolves around Moon and River finding a new purpose. I think what I said before about Moon realizing she needs to leave the kingdom rings true, but something big has to happen for that to occur. These can't be the only Mumin families to get affected by the new shift to status quo. Mumins are going to have to walk a mile in the monster's shoes. I think most, if not all Mumins will get the boot from their homes, or willingly depart as Moon and River begin to lead a kingdom of their own in Muni's forest, much like how monsters used to live in the forest or any abandoned caves in the underground. While it probably won't click with the Mumins right away, they'll go down a similar path of wanting to reclaim what was once theirs. They'll want equality, so keep an eye out, because the next time we see Moon, she may have a bigger population of people under her care in a new Mumin town. But as always, what did you guys think of these episodes? Did you love them, hate them? Let us know in the comments below, or you can tweet your thoughts at Roundtable Vids. And for my own thoughts, you can find me at OstricVox. We're also on Instagram. Don't forget to download Hustle Castle so you can claim your 3,500 gold and 250 diamonds. Link in the description. You can help the Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. OstricVox, out!